Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today I wanted to do a kind of quick video, top 10 budget decks for this new format. Granted, it was a small ban list, very small ban list, but it is still going to be, a current kind of new format. And so I felt it might be kind of fun to still do our normal, top 10 budget decks for this format. I actually have a few more decks thrown in here than just these 10. I'll showcase those in number 10 actually. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, go and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what decks I might have missed, what decks you think are going to be very good as far as budget decks. There's actually specifically one on here that is actually number 10. I'll get right into that. So number 10 is actually going to be 3 decks. Shaddoll, and I'm more talking the budget, because when you're talking the invoked engine with Shaddolls, that's more of a meta deck, and that is going to be very good. So just number 10, we got Shaddolls, and kind of more like a quick shout out again to our ABC Dragon Buster. Did not come off the list, but still a very good deck regardless. And then Crusadia, and I'm including OTK Crusadia that I've done a deck profile on, and also Guard Dragon Crusadia, which is actually a deck I'm working on, and I'll have a deck profile for you guys here real quick for it. But yeah, any way you play Crusadia, it's a very good kind of link spam, link up into all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, those 3 are number 10. Can't really see that last one. Number 9, we have the newly unlimited Necros of Yugioh. So yeah, this deck, it didn't gain that much power. It just gained more easier access to one of their kind of lockdown cards, and easier access to rank 4s now that they have Yugioh off the list. So it's by no means going to be a crazy good deck, but it definitely is now pretty much completely off the ban list. I believe all of their specific cards are off the ban list. So it'll be a decent deck, especially if you like ritual decks. This might be one of the best ones out there. Number 8 is the newly unlimited Canahawk. I couldn't quite put it higher because this card is obviously amazing, and having it at 3 now is the best thing possible for this deck. But it's still just a very control deck, and it needs to open not too specific cards, but kind of some specific cards, specifically Elder. You need to open that to be able to combo off and go through multiple Canahawks. But yeah, nonetheless, it's still going to be a good budget deck moving forward. Number 7 is, I couldn't leave him off the list. I almost did, but Burning Abyss. It's always going to be good as long as he's at 3. It's going to be just a decent deck, and you can still play your Block Dragon version for this for a couple months at least, until that card gets banned. But yeah, I always obviously lean more towards either PK Burning Abyss, Phantom Knights Burning Abyss, or just pure Burning Abyss. I just like the way they play. But yeah, Burning Abyss, any way you play it, is a really good budget deck. Number 6 is going to be Cyber Dragon. Again, number 6 is more the budget version. If you're talking non-budget version with all of the more expensive Naxter and all kind of other cards, you're probably leaning more towards a meta deck, not a budget deck, and more of a meta deck that is very good. As a budget deck, it is pretty much right in the middle, but still very good. Have a lot of fun with that deck, especially the OTK version. I really like that version. But yeah, definitely going to be good moving forward. Number 5, Sky Striker. Some of you guys didn't quite believe me on my last, top 10, the last format, even after Widow Anchor came back to 2. Kagari came off the list. You lost Engage, but otherwise, the deck is still just, it kind of does its thing. Obviously Engage, losing that was the biggest hit possible on it, but it's also the most, just generic kind of card that goes into every deck, and every deck was trying to play Engage. And it just kind of took away from the actual Sky Striker deck, I feel, having that card, available. So now I think just pure Sky Strikers, are really fun and really budget, and also very, very good. You saw them do well in one of the online tournaments, so definitely a good deck to pick up if you don't have it already. Number 4, we're going just Pendulum, especially any Pendulum deck that can play Celine and go into her. She's an amazing card. Not quite a replacement for Electromite, but she is very, very good. Endymion Pendulum, honestly, any Pendulum. Just the Pendulum mechanic is so, so good. So yeah, have Pendulums at number 4. Now we're getting into the top 3. Number 3, going with Mermail. I've never done a Mermail deck profile on this channel. That will change. It's not going to obviously be one I do too quickly. I've just started kind of collecting up a few of the cards, but it is still budget, and I would do more of a budget version, obviously, than playing some of the too expensive cards, but there's really not that many. It is definitely a budget deck, and it is very, very, very powerful. Just the water engine with Mermails, frogs, all kinds of stuff like that. Mermails, I think they deserve this number 3 spot. Number 2, Altergeist, the newly unlimited multi-faker. Some of you guys are probably thinking maybe number 1. As far as budget decks, you can't beat Altergeist. And especially just now having 3 multi-fakers, you're almost always going to have a multi-faker that you can activate on your opponent's turn and just mess up their day. And it's going to be a very, very, very powerful budget deck moving forward with multi-faker off the list. Definitely pick these up as soon as you can. And then number 1, if you didn't figure it out over all these, I think it's been number 1 a few times already on my top 10s, but Salamangreat. As far as budget deck goes, it's almost the king of budget power. I mean, this deck, it's down to 1 Gazelle, 1 Salamangreat Circle, but we got some new cards. Parallel Exceed is actually very good in Salamangreat, really helps boost the deck. Being able to link up into stuff easier and quicker. But yeah, definitely Salamangrate's I felt number 1. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what maybe your top 10 might be, or some decks that I missed. But yeah, as usual, make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.